Hello everybody, Zabian here, and before I get started, I'll let you guys know that this video is more like a podcast, so I'll probably leave some gameplay on the screen and maybe a few images now and then, but other than that, it won't be much to look at. Also, since this is a discussion video, do expect my opinions to be involved. So anyway, moving on to the first thing I want to talk about, which is the legacy servers. I was playing on Nost a few days before it went down. I have never played vanilla. I never did play vanilla in the early days, unfortunately, because, well, one, because I was way too young, and two, because I didn't have a good enough computer. It was a toaster. Then again, I guess WoW can run on a toaster, so I needed a better toaster. And the first thing that I'll say about my vanilla experience on Nostarius is that it was very fun. And I'll get in more into detail on that. I'm not just going to leave you there. And I'm going to explain this now. It's that leveling in general had a point. Now, when I look at Warlords of Draenor right now, and I look at the leveling, I think Sodapoppin managed to get to like level 100 in like 5 hours or something like that. Not only is that absolutely insane, but you can also just skip doing that for 5 hours and you can buy it. You can buy it like it's a store mount or something. You're buying your character's progression from 1 to 100 with no effort there. You just click a button. Well, okay, there's effort from when you earn the money, I guess, but that's not in-game effort, is it? Now, quests mattered when you were doing that leveling. You know, you would actually kind of read them. Mostly because you kind of had to. It would scroll down instead of instantly skipping to the end, where you can just click accept and move on, and then not read them. And through that way, you can get a little bit more into the lore of the game, because you have to read that, and you can see the stories unfolding, and you can see different things like that. The biggest thing that was different, what I felt was different, is the social element. The social element of Nostarius was foreign for me. When I went in there and I realized that there were so many people for a start. I mean, they were everywhere. They were scattered everywhere. There was like 50 people at the starter zone constantly doing stuff. Everyone was being really nice to each other and generous, and we would like go and group up and we'd kill Hogger, or maybe you'd like group up and you'd go to a dungeon like, I don't know, Dead Mines or something. It required that social element. There was no group finders or anything like that. You had to go nitty gritty and find people, like just like in the middle of Goldshire or something, just be like standing there in the doorway going, hey, what a group. Yeah, that's really what it felt like. I mean, bad example, but that's what it felt like. And that felt good, having to have that social element and go around and actually interact with people to go and do stuff. Like, there's no way you could solo Dead Mines unless you were like way up there. Like, I don't know what the skilling was like, because I actually only got to level 14 before the servers were shut down by Blizzard. Like, I don't know if you could be able to run that at like level 30 or 40. I don't know if you could solo that at that. You probably could. Probably. And the content back there, when you were going by yourself, I mean, in a group, well, actually, even in a group, it felt a lot more challenging every single step of the way. It really did. If you pulled one mob, you'd be able to handle him okay. He would probably take, I don't know, like half of your health off, and you would take the full bar of his health off. Or well, maybe you'd have just over half of your health left, so you could take on a maximum of 2 mobs, based on your gear and stuff, obviously. And then the third mob, if you had 3 mobs on you, you had to run away. There was no way you were going to survive that. No chance. And the aggro back then was absolutely insane. Like you could be, I don't know, like, I have no idea how many feet it was. It was like 30 feet away from a mob, and they still see you, and they still come running for you, and that's really bad. By the way, when you get to like clusters of mobs, they seriously go there and cluster fuck you. Yeah, literally. I used cluster twice there, and that element made leveling feel more challenging and made it feel even more engaging than it does right now. I mean, right now it doesn't honestly feel engaging at all. You pretty much skip every single quest until you get to the dungeons. Dungeons are like the main source of experience or PvP or whatever. I know some people still quest, but you don't need all those quests to get to level 100 anymore. So, meh. Now, back I was talking about being more engaging, you could level things like professions for crafting and earning gold, and those elements would be necessary. 1 gold would be very necessary because you need to buy your talents, the upgrades for your talents, for example, and and these things mattered as well because they give you a little damage boost, maybe an extra stun timer if you're a rogue or whatever, and as well as you level up, you actually get tons of spells. I don't know if I mentioned that already. Like, it wasn't all like separated to like 3 different specs or 4 or whatever. You were just limited to abilities that you wanted to spend points on, and you would buy the new abilities using gold. Like, it's not amazingly difficult to earn gold in that vanilla content from my experience, because you can literally just like take a group of people and farm some mobs for a nice handful of silver or something like that. But it was way more fun, and it was way more fun spending that earned gold as well, rather than just hoarding it all into your bags and then waiting and then spending on something that you're going to earn more on. That's really what we do now, isn't it? Unless you're like a raider who buys the upgraded epics and stuff like that to go on raiding with. Yeah, that you're not. But all these cool things set aside, do I want legacy servers on the client? Hell fucking yeah. Who wouldn't want legacy servers with, you know, like Blizzard scripted instances all perfect and stuff like that? Who wouldn't want that? Well, obviously there's some people that think it would be bad for the game, and I'll get onto that in a second. But you know, it would be really cool. It would be really cool for people to go back there and experience that content, like me myself, like other people that were like me and they only like started playing after vanilla at some time frame in between then and now, and it deeply saddens me that I can like, after experiencing that the game has changed so much since then. It is actually kind of sad, and I'm not even a guy who fucking played back then, and it's upsetting me. Because like, my first time leveling was awful, frankly. I didn't enjoy that at all. All it was spamming dungeons and then getting kicked from dungeons because I didn't know what to do, because I'd never been in that dungeon or had, you know, anyone to actually tell me what to do. Meh. What am I gonna do? I'm just a noob. Now, I think that legacy servers would definitely need to be something that would have to be released when content goes dry. As in, like, they're not releasing anything anymore. If they gave up, basically, like what they did in WoD, then that would probably be like the right time to put out. If they're putting no more content out, then releasing those private servers? Did I seriously just say private? Those legacy servers. Thank you very much, brain cells. Would be more applicable then, because it would not conflict with the current content going on. Like, if we'd gotten legacy servers like 4 months ago, it would have probably stopped a good amount of people from leaving, and maybe caused a decent amount to resub. But the problem with that is, in Legion, people are still going to be running that content. Like, they're not going to want to go over to Legion. They've already got all this new content, well, new being old, but new to them, content to do. So why do they need to go to Legion? There's no point. And again, I mean, if they were to release the legacy servers back then, I can imagine that the main realms would be probably completely dead, or at least there's like, I don't know, like a few thousand people still playing there. It's like, and then like everyone's all the way over there, and all this trade chats are being spammed and everything. And it would be very difficult for people who have not finished the current content to finish that content. And I mean, like, there'll be no one for them to do it with. Like, if they wait that long, like if they wait till the end of that content patch or whatever, and there's like, and these legacy servers came out, then there'll be no one left to run those raids with on heroic difficulty anymore, or in mythic difficulty anymore, which would probably lead to them getting bored of the game, or just, you know, saying, fuck it, I'm gone. I have no interest in this game anymore. Goodbye. So, that leaves me with the question, do I think Blizzard will do it? Well, no. Not really. but I do kind of secretly hope that it does happen. Like, I'd love to go back and do that content again, but like, I don't want to go in a private server again. It's far too much hassle, and if you've got that element of, you've got to always be aware that everything that you do on that server could be taken away at any point at any time, because Blizzard takes it away, you know. But that's up to them. They can do that, by the way. That's up to them. It's their fucking platform. If they don't want people hosting that content, then I'm sorry, guys. Like, that's what's going to happen. Blizzard have the full authority to do that. It's up to them at the end of the day. Right, and now moving on to the state of the WoW community. And this is a topic that's been floating around for a little while. And, you know, from my knowledge, this has basically been people on social media, such as Reddit, becoming very negative towards all the things World of Warcraft. Now, I believe this started happening around about the time that Blizzard updated the alpha to a new build. And what people noticed in particular about this update is that command tables in the class order halls were very similar to current ones that we have in WoD. Of course, it's kind of predictable from that moment. People, after seeing this, would immediately jump to relating that type of content to Warlords of Draenor. And honestly, rightfully so. It's very similar. And I mean, I didn't particularly like it either. I didn't like that set of content in WoD either. I thought it was boring. I thought it was just lazy. I would have preferred, like, for the shipyard, I would have preferred actually going on the high seas and fighting stuff on my ships, or going to this, like, new island place with, like, some ass-face monsters where I could kill them and then they would give me some epic loot or some shit like that. But after thinking about it, I don't think that the new command table system really will reflect that badly on the expansion, as long as the content with it is kept to being entirely optional. So, you know, you don't need to do that one mission, then wait for a day, then do another one, and be forced into it. You know, like what we had with the legendary missions on the shipyard. I don't think that would personally work. Instead, they could have it as little side things that you could do, like, I don't know, getting a few pets, cosmetics, mounts, whatever, which are unobtainable elsewhere, and then not having any other things like that. Just to, like, for those people that did like the Garrison command table, so that they can have that piece of content for them as well, so that, you know, the expansion's kind of tailored to everyone, as it should be, you know? And I think that could work. Let me just take a drink here. Oh, that's some good cranberry juice. Another thing which I think people need to realise. Now, this is more actually regarding what's been going on with the alpha recently, is that the alpha is all one big test. It's not currently in a state where if Blizzard wanted to, they could release it tomorrow. Everything that is put on there and tested by these large amount of players is and will be until beta, then through into client, subject to change. It can change. It's not, like, stuck at that. The command table could completely go away by the time Legion hits on client. It could. It really could. It's all up to Blizzard. Well, okay, it's up to people providing feedback for them. And the only reason that Blizzard will change something is if they get a large amount of user feedback from the alpha stating that they don't like this and that and whatever. And now, on the forums, people have been posting all hateful and all disrespectful things, and that honestly does not fall under feedback. And I can't honestly feel any sense of pity for those that had their alpha privileges revoked for that. Because, you know, you're not helping the game. All you're doing is, like, taking up a spot which someone else could have gone onto the alpha and then said, hey, okay, yeah, there's a bug here. I don't really like this piece of content, there's some feedback, and stuff like that. They could have done that. All you have done in your time in alpha is whine and complain and not really help the game at all. And you don't really deserve to have alpha. But, you know, that's just my opinion. So please don't take that too seriously. Also, what's been going on the social media aspect of things. It's like ranting and being negative to each other. And honestly, that's not going to help the game either. But then again, being extremely positive is also not going to do anything, so, you know, whatever. Now, this one really this little topic right here about people being aggressive on social media hasn't really affected me that much. I like to think that the people on Reddit and etc. have been pretty kind to me, and of course, I have no idea what will happen after I upload this video. I mean, I might get some hate. I might not. I might get, I don't know, like Spider-Man clothes and like go dance on a windowsill. I don't know what the future entails. Maybe someone drugged my cranberry juice. Do I look like I can tell the future? So anyway, that's really all I have to say on these subjects. Thank you guys so much for listening to me completely rambling. This is just me rambling. Like, there's nothing else to this video. It's just me talking. Nothing else. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos from me, then hit that subscribe button. Social media links are in the description. And as for the rest of your day, I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for watching.